tire, and it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire.
Welcome back. Well, the weather is certainly chilly these days. It has turned, and sometimes you don't want to turn the furnace right up, but if you're sitting around reading a book, watching TV, you would like a little bit of warmth. So, if you don't have a chimney or simply want to avoid the hassle of a wood-burning or gas fireplace, have you thought about getting an electric one? Joining us now is the co-owner of Stylish Fireplaces, Jean Greer, who's been designing homes and offices around fireplaces for more than 20 years in Toronto and the York region. Welcome to What She Said, Jean.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
My first question is, I always was brought up thinking that electric fireplaces were way more expensive to run. So tell us what the benefits are. And if that's actually true.
Okay. Well, that's a great question because we answer that question probably 100 times a day in our showroom. So we're getting pretty good at that one. And we certainly don't take offense to it. But electric fireplaces are these days mostly LED lighting. So the flame effect is a bit of an illusion that's created with LEDs. So you can imagine that's pretty energy efficient. So versus a gas fireplace or a wood fireplace where you're burning fuel, and you've got to burn a lot of fuel to create a flame that looks pretty. So there's a lot of waste involved in the energy in burning those fires. So in electric, it's mostly light effects. The lights are LED. So very little energy. The only time you're using any power really is if you've got the heater on. And with electric, you don't have to have the heater on to have the flames on. So that's what makes them more efficient and less expensive than gas. So we like to tell people that at current rates, and we redo the math every once in a while, you probably spend about $100 over the course of a year to run an electric fireplace, and I can run an electric fireplace every day. So versus a gas fireplace where I've got to wait till it's pretty cold to run a gas fireplace, and it's still going to cost me about double, about $200 a year. So it's the opposite of heating our house. It's not what people expect, which is why there's that misconception about the cost of it being so much more, and it's really not.
We have one in my daughter has a bedroom in the basement, and we have radiators. So generally gas-fueled radiators. So it's hard to keep the balance going. But she has that electric fireplace going pretty much 24/7. I feel like I'm walking into a sauna down there. And I have not noticed a huge increase in the bills, but then I notice them go up every time my children come home.
Mine's the water bill. I don't know about yours, but those showers are pretty long.
They are.
Well, you're an expert in electric fireplaces and are actually celebrating the first anniversary of your showroom in Vaughan. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah.
So how did you get started and how come you're so passionate about this?
Yeah, I'm a bit of an electric evangelist, I say.
Oh.
So we started in the fireplace business about 15 years ago. And at that time, we were about 5 years into our design business, which I've run, obviously, for over 20 years now. And we got introduced to electric fireplaces by one of my furniture reps. He was repping this line of electric fireplaces, and somehow they caught my interest. And I think I was doing a trade show somewhere, and we put a little electric in the booth just to complete the vignette we had going there. It was supposed to be about design, not about the fireplace. We had more questions about this silly little electric fireplace that was burning in the middle of our booth. Maybe because it was cold outside, I don't know.
Yeah.
And that sort of, stuck with me. And when he came along and said, "Oh, I've got this neat line of fireplaces, you should have a look." And then we happened to be opening a small showroom in Markham at that time. And we thought, why don't we put a few in and see what happens? And, fast forward 15 years, and we now have made that our primary business, and thus the move to Vaughan. We've opened a much bigger showroom. We've got 50 fireplaces on display, all electric. We've got over 20 vignettes on the wall. I mean, the move was really about being able to show somebody beautiful fireplaces in complete settings so that people can't really picture, as a designer, I can picture what something's going to look like. The average person can't do that.
Well, on that, I was looking at some of the pictures on your website, and I noticed that we're not necessarily talking about what one would traditionally think of as a fireplace with a mantle. You have one that's like a wall, like the fireplace has been taken out, and it's almost like a wall of black material with a fireplace insert in it. So it makes it like the whole entire feature of the room.
Right. And we really focus on the design aspect with the fireplaces, and electric really lends itself to that because there are no design limitations. I don't have any, there's nothing burning inside like there is with gas or wood. So I don't have any clearance issues. I can put any material I want on the wall right up to the fireplace. And my background being in design, we really leverage that and focus on that in our showroom and in everything that we do. That people come to us because they know we're going to look beyond the firebox. We're going to look at what's going on in the rest of the room. You know, we'll help them design a really spectacular wall with, you know, anything they need to complete the room.
Now, there's a question here that it says, are they easy to clean and maintain? And I better ask this question because I've never done anything with the fireplace that's in my daughter's room, and maybe I should be.
There's nothing to do.
Oh, well, there you go. I'm safe.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, you're going to have to clean the glass once in a while, but it's just glass. It's just Windex or whatever you use to clean your glass. So there's really no maintenance. I mean, those LED lights, once upon a time when we first got in the business, there were incandescent light bulbs inside. So eventually those would burn out and we would have to show people how to change those. There's nothing anymore. It's LED. There's really nothing for us to do. So
I basically clean the glass and dust off the top. It's not set into the wall because it was a brick wall in the basement, so it sits in front. But that's the other thing. I mean, you can fit them into an existing fireplace, or you can mount them, as you said, no clearance issues, right on the outside of the wall.
Exactly, yeah. So they can go anywhere. So we can retrofit somebody's old, ugly, wood-burning fireplace, which we have a lot of those up where we are.
Yeah.
You know, the brick that nobody wants to look at anymore, the ugly arched openings or whatever. So we can retrofit into those. There are inserts available for that. But really, they can go anywhere that we can get power. We can put an electric fireplace. So if we can't go in the wall, like in a condo where we're faced with concrete and somebody wants a fireplace, we have solutions for that where we can help them mount it on the wall, but still create something attractive around it.
What if you want to convert your gas fireplace to electric? Can you do that?
That's my favorite thing.
Really?
We love converting people from gas to electric. Obviously, gas is pretty popular. We all, you know, we like to heat our houses with gas, and people still look to gas fireplaces. But it's so easy to convert from gas to electric. I mean, we just have the gas capped by a professional and remove the fireplace, put in better electrical, and off we go.
Let me ask you, we've talked about the cost being attractive. We've talked about the ease of installing them, that they're very adaptable. You can get almost anything for anywhere. What are the other benefits? Are they safer if you have small children, let's say,
Absolutely.
than a normal fireplace or a traditional or a gas one?
For sure. Even when the heaters are on, the glass on the electric fireplace isn't going to get hot. So we love them with families. Some of us are living with extended families, older members of the family. Anybody who would accidentally touch or not understand that glass could be hot on a gas fireplace, they're not going to burn themselves on an electric.
Right.
Okay, so then now you're offering our listeners that save the tax on any fireplace
For sure.
that they get. Yeah. That's very nice of you. But I'm just wondering, before they visit the Stylish Fireplaces showroom, can they do anything, prep work ahead of time to help you out?
Absolutely. I mean, everybody has a smartphone now, so we love to see pictures of where you want to put the fireplace. If we're retrofitting around something else or into an existing opening, bring us some measurements, give us an overall size of the room so we can have a sense of what's the appropriate size that's going to look good. If there's a TV going above, we really need to know that. And we want to know how big the TV is so we can balance things out and make sure the fireplace looks balanced with the TV. Colors, finishes, anything they can bring us is helpful.
Give us a quick cost range from to.
I can retrofit for $299, and we have big 8-foot and 10-foot units that are closer to $3,000. So it's a huge range.
Huge range.
Yeah.
Now, tell everyone what your website is so they can check it out.
It's stylishfireplaces.ca.
And where are you located, the showroom?
We're at 8301 Jane Street, Unit 9 in Concord, so north of 7, south of Langstaff in Renovation Row.
Perfect place to be.
Yeah.
And again, tax-free for our What She Said followers, listeners. Thank you very much for coming in and
my
telling
pleasure.
us about stylish fireplaces. And they sound stylish.
They do.
This is What She Said. We'll be right back.